Welcome back everyone. Another important video on request. A one-shot video. Watch the entire session with the photographer written by Stephen Leacock, Workbook Solutions. Morningstar Workbook Solutions. Extract 1. The extract is on the screen. Question number 1. For whom does the narrator wait for an hour? Why? What does it suggest about the person for whom he has to wait? Observe how in a single question there are 3 subparts. Remember to change the paragraphs. Now dear students, do check the pinned comment section for all important video links related to the syllabus. Go through the entire line by line explanation of with the photographer as well so that you can write your answers easily. The first question, the first subpart in fact. For whom does the narrator wait for an hour? The narrator waits for the photographer for an hour. A brief answer. Here, if you mention the photographer, your answer is complete. Why? Give the specific reason. The narrator arrives at the studio with a desire to have his photograph taken. Here, the photographer asks him to sit there and wait. Textual quotations. This is the specific reason the photographer asks him to sit there and wait. Hence, the narrator waits for the photographer, that too for 1 long hour. Another brief answer. So, adjust the length of your answers according to the question available. My handwriting is different from yours, so dear students, study with an open mind. These are reference answers. Take help from here and frame your own answers accordingly. What does it suggest? Suggestion kya hai? Interpretation based question. What does it suggest about the person for whom he has to wait? And we all know by now that he has to wait for the photographer. Photographer kaise insaan the? This is the question. The photographer is indifferent. Number 1, he is indifferent, lost in his own scientific pursuits. Number 2, and not interested in others or their needs. Number 3. So, back-to-back points incorporated in a single answer. Photographer number 1, कैसे इंसान थे? वो indifferent थे. और क्या थे वो? Lost in his own scientific pursuits. बस अपने जो काम है उसमें ही वो मगन थे. And also not interested in others or their needs. क्या चाहिए customer को? Photographer was hardly interested in this. Though the narrator is his customer, he makes him wait for a pretty long time, making him appear somewhat unprofessional also. और इससे क्या पता चलता है? ये जो photographer है वो थोड़ा unprofessional भी है. ठीक है, वो फोटोग्राफी में मास्टर है, माहिर है, मगर जो प्रोफेशनल एटीट्यूड है उसमें वो लैकिंग है. कस्टमर को कौन इतनी देर तक वेट करवाता है? इस फोटोग्राफर ने वही किया. एंड देयरफॉर वी कैन गेस, वी कैन इंटरप्रेट हिज एक्शन एज बीइंग अनप्रोफेशनल. सो 3 सब पार्ट्स एंड 3 ब्रीफ आंसर्स. 3 लाइनों में इन तीनों आंसर्स को लिखना एकदम ही इम्पॉसिबल है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन माई हैंडराइटिंग. सो काइंडली adapt, adjust and study with an open mind. This is question number 2 for you. What sort of magazines did the narrator read? The narrator read The Lady's Companion for 1912, number 1. It's there in your textbook. The Girls Magazine for 1902, number 2. And the Infant Journal for 1888, number 3. Learn the names of these magazines from the text. What does it suggest about the person who has kept those magazines there? यहाँ पे भी फोटोग्राफर के कैरेक्टर के ऊपर हमें फोकस करना है. The photographer had kept them in the waiting room. He perhaps had set perceptions and standards of beauty in his mind. His aesthetic preferences are reflected from these magazines. Very, very important, his aesthetic preferences. And these preferences are shaped by societal norms of perfection and idealization of beauty. Perfect beauty standards kya hai? And this photographer is following those parameters of perfect and idealized beauty. And these parameters are shaped by the society, societal norms, social norms. What is the unwarrantable thing that the narrator has done and how? The narrator feels that he has intruded, he has disrupted, he has intruded on the photographer's scientific pursuits. He has disrupted the photographer's professional world. He should not have been here at this time. And how? He feels he is breaking in on the privacy. Again, quoted from the text. He is breaking in on the privacy of this man's scientific pursuits. And how does he approach his work? It is almost like a scientific process, and he is engaged in this scientific process. Therefore, Stephen Leacock has mentioned this expression, this man's scientific pursuits, with a face like mine. Textual quotation, very important. And now the brief explanation. With his ordinary face with some undesirable features and certain imperfections. He is not strikingly handsome. He has a lot of undesirable facial features and there are certain imperfections as well. शायद फोटोग्राफर किसी हैंडसम इंसान का फोटोग्राफ लेने के लिए इंटरेस्ट दिखाते, मगर ये जो कस्टमर है, हमारे जो ये नैरेटर है, द प्रोटैगनिस्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी, वो एकदम ही हैंडसम नहीं है. In fact, he has a very ordinary face. Therefore, the narrator feels that he is disrupting the professional world of the photographer. Why does the narrator say, with a face like mine? What does it suggest about the narrator? The narrator begins to feel that his face is not suitable for the photographer's scientific pursuits. He does not have a striking appearance and lacks sharp facial features conforming to conventional beauty standards. हमारे जो ये narrator है वो set beauty parameters में fit नहीं बैठते हैं. उनका जो appearance है वो एकदम ही not desirable है, unsuitable है for photography. And he is aware of this. And therefore he says, with a face like mine, with an ordinary face like mine, with so many undesirable facial features like I have. His face is not desirable or suitable for photography. And therefore he says, with a face like mine. And what does it suggest about the narrator? This shows that the narrator is self-aware. Very important, self-awareness about his face and its shortcomings. The most important aspect over here is self-awareness. He is aware that he is not handsome, that he is not beautiful according to the conventional parameters of beauty. What were the man's scientific pursuits? For whom does he carry out these pursuits later in the story? The photographer is portrayed as a scientific artist, scientific pursuits, scientific artist, very focused and obsessed with creating an idealized image rather than capturing personal aspects of his subjects. Just as a scientist is involved in objective scientific experiments, similarly, this photographer is very focused and he is obsessed with creating a perfect picture. Objectivity of the whole process. He is a scientific artist. The whole process is scientific, based on science, and he is an artist creating an idealized image. But he does not capture personal aspects of his subjects. For whom does he carry out these pursuits later in the story? He carries out these pursuits for the narrator later in the story. He retouches, alters his subject's image using professional tools and equipments to create his perfect picture. Professional tools and equipments, ये एक साइंस है और वो एक आर्टिस्ट है जो रीटच करते हैं, ऑल्टर करते हैं, मॉडिफिकेशंस लाते हैं अपने जो सब्जेक्ट है, सब्जेक्ट के इमेज के ऊपर, जस्ट टू क्रिएट अ सक्सेसफुल आउटकम. फाइनल रिजल्ट क्या होने वाला है? अ परफेक्ट पिक्चर. सो this is extract number 1. Quickly moving on to extract number 2. What does the photographer want to do with the machine? Who has asked him to do that and why? The photographer has rolled the machine into the middle of the room so that he can focus on his subject, human subject, hear the narrator and click his photograph. He is making all these preparations. Now, once again, dear students, I forgot to mention, in today's session, I'm going to discuss specimen paper workbook solutions as well. There are 2 specimen paper extracts in your Morning Star workbook. You're going to get those solutions later in today's session. So don't miss this session. Watch the entire video. Next, who has asked him to do that and why? The narrator has arrived at his studio to have his photograph taken. He has asked the photographer to click his realistic picture. इसीलिए जो photographer है, इन सारे arrangements को वो एक के बाद एक शुरू उन्होंने कर दिया है, क्योंकि उन्हें एक picture click करना है. Photographer ने कहा है, सर मुझे एक photograph चाहिए. Why does the photographer remain inside the machine just for a second? What does this suggest about the photographer? The photographer remains inside the machine just for a second and then comes out. Why? He does so because he has looked at his subject. Subject को उन्होंने देख लिया है. Human subject कौन है? Narrator है. Being skillful, वो इतने skillful है, ज़्यादा time उन्हें नहीं लगता है. He moves on to make other arrangements. एक के बाद एक चीजों को उन्हें समेटना है, चीजों को उन्हें एक के बाद एक लाके रखना है, so that he can click a perfect picture. So he is skillful. He does not waste much of his time. Just a second, a look, a glance, and finished. He moves on to make other arrangements related to photography. He quickly tears at the cotton sheet and the window panes with a hooked stick. Frantic, apparently frantic for light and air. You can add this as well. And what does this suggest about the photographer? The photographer is so preoccupied with making his preparations that he moves from one step to another indifferently, coldly and mechanically. He is adept in his task, he is skillful in his task and treats the narrator as merely a subject. ज़्यादा बात ना करते हुए, quickly, without wasting much of time, he remains inside the machine just for a second. Focus करने के लिए just, अभी वो picture click नहीं करने वाले हैं और कुछ arrangements करना बाकी है, इसीलिए quickly, indifferently, coldly, mechanically वो इन सारी चीजों को एक के बाद एक कर रहे थे. When the photographer entered into the machine for the second time, why does he remain there for long time than before? पहले तो उन्होंने focus किया, बाद में second time उन्होंने ज़्यादा time ले लिया. Why? Why does the narrator think that he was praying? When the photographer entered into the machine for the second time, he enters. Enters into the machine for the second time. He remains there for a long time, possibly adjusting the camera. The details of his actions inside the machine are not explicitly mentioned. It can be inferred that he is likely making adjustments before clicking the picture. So, due to this reason, he is there inside it for a long period of time. The narrator thinks that he was praying because the photographer was quiet. वो बात नहीं कर रहे थे, चुपचाप. Because the photographer was very quiet in there. According to the narrator, the photographer was engaged in an activity requiring concentration and singular focus. There is humor in the narrator's observation of the photographer's action over here, praying. Why does the photographer look very grave? The photographer looks very grave, perhaps because of his dissatisfaction with the result of his attempt to capture the narrator's face. इतने सारे imperfections थे face में, जो photographer है वो एक अच्छा picture नहीं click कर पाए हैं, इसीलिए he looks very grave. The outcome of his time inside the machine fails to meet his expectations. He disapproves of the undesirable features of the subject. He looks very serious. नहीं, ये ठीक नहीं है. How does the narrator react? He says to the narrator, the face is quite wrong. What does he say after this extract about the narrator? He says to the narrator, the face is quite wrong. Learn this quotation. And how does the narrator react? The narrator responds calmly and agrees with the photographer's opinion about his face being quite wrong. He says quietly, I know, and acknowledges, I have always known it. So learn these textual quotations. These are important ones, so learn them properly. End of extract 2. After we will see what is there in question 5 very quickly. What do you think about the photographer from his activities in this extract? Give reasons to support your answer. The photographer's approach to photography is formulaic. He is seemingly detached from the emotional or personal aspects of his subjects. He is obsessed with capturing an idealized image of the narrator but does not make any effort to make him feel comfortable. At the studio, he makes his arrangements without even speaking to the narrator. So learn this answer properly. All the keywords and expressions, I have marked them clearly and it's there on the screen. Extract 3. To whom does the narrator say stop? The narrator asks the photographer to stop. What does he ask him to do? The photographer bluntly resorts to body shaming the narrator and continues to make adjustments to the narrator's pose and appearance. ये ठीक कर रहे हैं तो वो पोज ठीक कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे हाथ रख रहे हैं, वहाँ पे आंखें ले जाने को कह रहे हैं, ईयर्स ठीक कर रहे हैं, नोज ठीक करना चाहते हैं, तो सब कुछ ठीक नहीं है, imperfect है. So he is continuously body shaming the narrator, expressing dissatisfaction with his natural facial features. It's just a trifle too full. But textual quotation. Here, the narrator asks him to stop these continued adjustments. Ab bas bhi karo. So, in what mood is the narrator in this extract? The narrator's emotions are number 1, dissatisfaction, 2, frustration, and a sense of personal intrusion. Still, he retains his dignity and is not rude to the photographer. What does the narrator say about his face? The narrator says that his face is not yours, the photographer's, and it is mine, belongs to him. He has lived with it for 40 years and he knows its faults, yet it is the only one that he has. Very, very important. Learn this answer directly from here. All the textual quotations used over here, they are important. Try to learn them. And what does he mean by saying that he knows it's false? He knows it's false. It is out of drawing. ठीक है, disproportionate है, imperfections है. He refers to the imperfections of his face, its undesirable features and its shortcomings. He does not have striking features and is undesirable as far as his face, that is appearance, is concerned. Narrator को सब कुछ पता है, and this is his self-awareness. Why does the narrator feel a break in his voice? The narrator delivers a passionate speech regarding his face, and while doing so, his emotions overpower him and he feels a choke in his voice. He is hurt, but he regains his composure. So, that feeling of being hurt is reflected in a break in his voice. वो choke कर रहे थे अंदर से, emotional हो गए थे बहुत. But then, how does he go about it? He firmly asserts. How does he deal with it? Regains his composure and he firmly asserts. वो डट के वो खड़े रहे वहां पे, और उन्होंने क्या कहा? That he has learned to love it. Again, very important. Love it. His face, he speaks about his mouth, his ears and claims autonomy over his self-representation. मुझे कैसे दिखना है, ये मैं ही ठीक करूंगा. He starts to rise from his seat by stating his doubts regarding the role of his machine, the camera, in capturing his authentic self. मैं क्या करूं? आपका जो कैमरा है शायद वो ही ठीक नहीं है. It is unable to capture my real authentic self. That is why you are having so many problems. So this extract, dear students, is very, very important. What does the narrator mean by saying that he has learned to love it, self-love? And what does it suggest about the narrator? The narrator realizes that his face is, just have a look, his face is not ideally suited for the purposes of the photographer, but despite its shortcomings, he has learned to love it as an integral and inseparable part of his existence. This suggests the narrator's self-acceptance, very important, an appreciation for his unique facial features, although they do not conform to existing societal or aesthetic expectations regarding beauty. Question 5. The narrator asks the photographer if his machine is too narrow. What does he mean when he says so? And do you agree with his point of view? The photographer bluntly states that the narrator's face is just a trifle too full and he dislikes it. He makes continuous adjustments. So the narrator says that the problem lies with the photographer's machine. आपका जो machine है वही ठीक नहीं है, वही narrow है बहुत. The scope of your camera is narrow. Metaphorically, the scope of your perception of beauty is very narrow. His face does not need to be fixed. The machine is narrow and unable to capture the face. And do you agree with his point of view? The narrator highlights the limitations of photography in capturing his essence and individuality. The machine is unable to capture his true self, embracing his imperfections. Thus, I agree with his point of view. Limitations of photography. The story raises this question, whether a photograph can really capture the complexities of human mind, of human personality, of the true self of the human subject. Extract 4, the last one, reference to the context, and then we will move on to the specimen papers. Extract 4. Whom does the narrator interrupt and why? The narrator interrupts the photographer who has presented the former with a heavily retouched and altered image of his. The photographer proudly displays, देखो मैंने ये पिक्चर क्लिक किया है. proudly displays his expertise in using a process called sulfide, which can be used for removing the ears entirely. Here the narrator is so frustrated that he stops him. Again, अब बस भी कीजिए आप, बहुत हो चुका. So after this we'll move on. Why does the narrator speak to him with a withering scorn? The narrator speaks to him with a withering scorn because he will no longer put up with the photographer's continuous criticism of his facial features and also his boastfulness regarding his efficiency in making significant alterations, modifications to the narrator's features. He vents out his discontent. He will not put up, he will not tolerate, number one, and he is discontented, dissatisfied. So for these reasons, he speaks to him with a withering scorn. And in what mood is the narrator? The narrator is deeply disappointed, hurt, annoyed, dissatisfied with the final product. The emotional weight of the situation, including the violation of his autonomy over his own self-representation, fills him with disillusionment as well. So, number 5, I have made a mistake, but he remains mentally strong. So, this is his mood in detail. Question number 3, very quickly. What kind of photograph does the narrator wish to have? The narrator wishes to have a picture, something which would have looked like me, that is an authentic representation of his true self. Again, important question. It must depict his face as heaven gave it to him. It has to be so realistic that his friends will connect with it emotionally while remembering him after his demise. And was it up to his expectation? So here I'll just do a little bit of rectification. Expectation. Spelling mistake. E-X-P-E-C-T-A-T-I-O-N. The photograph, the actual result, does not meet the expectations of the narrator. He rejects it as worthless bauble. Why does the narrator describe his face as humble gift? The narrator describes his face as humble gift because he does not have a striking appearance. His facial features are undesirable and full of imperfections. Though his face is ordinary, it is God-gifted. He is grateful and he feels blessed. So this is the answer. Humble gift. What does it suggest about the narrator? The narrator's commitment to authenticity, his self-acceptance and his self-love are evident. Brief answers. Quickly, question 5. Give a character sketch of the narrator. The narrator is a straightforward person with a desire to have his picture taken. He displays patience while waiting at the studio, demonstrates humor and irony regarding the whole situation. He handles the situation really well. He feels awkward, but he handles it really well. He is aware of his facial imperfections, accepts them as well. However, when the photographer dehumanizes him, he challenges him and societal norms of beauty standards, takes a firm, stern stand. He values inner authenticity important over external validation and resists compromising self-authenticity. He also shows self-love, another very, very important answer. So learn this answer properly. I'll again share it with you. Here is the answer. These are the points. Character sketch of the narrator, character sketch of the photographer, very, very important. So, specimen paper also. Page 199, specimen paper 5. I have solved this also for you. Reference materials. These are reference answers. I keep on mentioning this again and again. Why does the photographer say that the narrator's face is wrong? What does it suggest about the photographer? The photographer notices the imperfections of the narrator's facial features. He finds something unsatisfactory or undesirable about them. He calls the narrator's face wrong. कुछ तो ठीक नहीं है. नोज ठीक नहीं है, आंखें ठीक नहीं है, कान ठीक नहीं है, जॉलाइन ठीक नहीं है, लिप्स ठीक नहीं है, माउथ ठीक नहीं है, तो लॉट ऑफ इम्परफेक्शन है. इसीलिए फेस कंप्लीटली रॉन्ग ही है. What does it suggest about the photographer? He bluntly body shames the narrator, assuming a position of authority. He imposes his judgments on the narrator's appearance, criticizes the narrator unnecessarily, breaks his confidence, tries to break his confidence. पर उन्हें पता ही नहीं है वो कर क्या रहे हैं. वो क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं, वो ह्यूमिलिएट कर रहे हैं, वो बॉडी शेम कर रहे हैं, and that too very bluntly. He is impersonal and indifferent and treats the narrator as his subject of photography. सिर्फ एक subject है, इंसान नहीं है. And that is why I said in the beginning, his approach is mechanical and objective. How does the narrator react to the photographer's remark about his face? The narrator responds quietly, I know, and acknowledges that he has always been aware of the faults in his face. मुझे हमेशा ये पता था मैं सुंदर नहीं हूँ. He handles the whole situation with humor and irony. And why? He has accepted his imperfections with resigned contentment. He is self-aware of his appearance and is respectful towards his self-worth. इंसान वो कैसे हैं, ये ज़्यादा important है. Inner beauty जो है ये ज़्यादा important है. So he does not react rudely initially. Who is referred to as the man? The photographer. Why does he say he has a human side to him? The photographer appeared to be unenthusiastic, detached, indifferent, silently making his arrangements. Robotic थे, एक रोबोट की तरह यहाँ वहाँ वो जा रहे थे, अरेंजमेंट्स कर रहे थे, बातें नहीं कर रहे थे. But he starts communicating while judging the narrator's facial features. छोड़ो, बात तो वो कर रहे हैं, वो एक ह्यूमन है आफ्टर ऑल, एक रोबोट नहीं है. Like others, he also has the human tendency to make people look more attractive through his skills. The narrator makes this humorous comment. Why does a photographer say the face would be better? ये ठीक होता तो face और ज़्यादा ठीक हो जाता. So, how does the narrator react to it? The photographer conforms to predetermined conventional parameters of beauty and wants to achieve a certain specific photographic effect. So he says that the face would be better. The narrator's face fails to match up with the photographer's aesthetic appearance. इसीलिए better कैसे किया जाए, ठीक कैसे किया जाए, फिल्टर मारो, रीटच करो, ऑल्टर करो, मॉडिफाई कर दो और एक परफेक्ट पिक्चर तुम पाओगे. The narrator is not offended now and starts talking with the photographer enthusiastically. Till now, he is not offended. He does not show his annoyance openly till now. He handles the situation calmly and says that even faces that appear narrow, hard, limited can be made to look wide, large, almost boundless if captured at right angle or with certain photographic techniques employed. This is there in the text. Next. When the narrator was giving his point of view, so this will be 5. When the narrator was giving his point of view, the photographer stopped listening to him. What does it suggest about the photographer? The photographer is obsessed with clicking an idealized image of his subject. अपना हुनर दिखाना है, बस टास्क कंप्लीट करना है और नेक्स्ट कस्टमर की ओर चले जाना है, ध्यान देना है. Simple. He is simply doing his job, wants to complete it with precision. He is indifferent to the narrator's feelings or personal aspects. He ceases to listen as he is preoccupied with making adjustments for setting the face at a right angle. At an angle. Continued adjustments. Pose, appearance, सब कुछ ठीक करना है. ये फोटोग्राफर के लिए जस्ट एक जॉब है. What were the consequences of his act of ceasing to listen to the narrator in the story? He ceases to listen, continues to make adjustments to the narrator's pose and appearance, resulting in dehumanization. वो जो narrator है, he is dehumanized and he is not treated as a human being. Nobody is caring about his emotions, feelings. He's just an object. He's just a subject. There is an emotional shift. And this results in this emotional shift experienced by the narrator. He moves from anticipation, वो बहुत ज़्यादा उत्सुक थे in the beginning, to disappointment, अभी वो disappointed है, and then ultimately leading to rejection of external standards. The photographer's altered image is exposed as worthless bauble, shattering the preconceived notions of the photographer. This is the result. Another important question. So frame your answers like this, dear students, depending on the question available. I have given you all the points so that you can frame your answers properly. Specimen paper 1, page 186-87, section C, question 4. Number 1. Who is referred to as I? The unnamed 40-year-old narrator is referred to as I, who wants his photograph to be taken. And why does he want it? He wants to have his, another important question. He wants to have his photograph taken for personal sentimental reasons. What are they? He wants to give it to his friends, first of all, so that they will fondly remember him after his demise. His friends will find comfort and consolation by looking at it. He also wants a picture, something which will resemble him very closely, depicting his true self. Important question hai ye. Next. State the physical appearance of the photographer. How is he a natural scientist? The photographer is a drooping man in a grey suit with the demi of a natural scientist. The photographer is described as a natural scientist, the one who is involved in carrying out experiments and deals with the objects and phenomena of the physical world. Natural जो scientist होते हैं वो क्या करते हैं? So this is the explanation. How is it related to the photographer over here? The photographer observes his human subject to not only click his photo but also to make alterations in the photo using processes like delphide and sulfide. And question 4 hai ye, why does the narrator say that there is no need to describe the photographer? The narrator says there is no need to describe the photographer because everybody knows what a photographer is like. Just like any other photographer, nothing extraordinary or striking. This is 5. What does a narrator do during an hour of waiting? We have already discussed this. He is waiting patiently and reading the journals and magazines. And what does he think after doing so about the author and himself? He realizes that he has done an unwarrantable thing in breaking in on the privacy of the photographer's scientific pursuits with an ordinary face like his. He ponders over the imperfections of his own facial features. The photographer is preoccupied with his own work and has no communication with his customer. चुपचाप एक robot की तरह वो सब कुछ कर रहे थे. This is question number 2. So just open your book and go through the question sequence. Why does a photographer look at the man without enthusiasm? The photographer looks at the man without enthusiasm. These are the reasons. He seems to be disinterested in his human subject, perhaps considering him unsuitable for his scientific pursuits. He is detached, impersonal, and his approach is like this only, objective and formulaic. The process is important for him. He deals with such customers on a regular basis, hence this is a routine job. Hence It is a routine job. And what does it suggest about the photographer? The photographer's indifference suggests his lack of professional ethics. Very, very important. He is obsessed with certain conventional parameters of beauty and he is indifferent and he lacks professional ethics. Unprofessionalism of the photographer. He does not make any effort to make his customers feel comfortable. So this is the end of this session.